Richard, look! I found this book on ninjutsu. Soon I'll be a master ninja.
Okay, wait, a book? Here, give me that. You can't become a master by reading a book. Take this and go listen to one of the shows on the Pod Bros Network, like Take Aim Outdoors or Dave's Nerd Compendium, Pencil and Ink Reviews, or one of any of their other amazing shows. All right?
All right. Hey, where are you going with that book?
I will be going to finish this book and destroy it so I can become your teacher.
No!
What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And we're speaking the language of bromance. And Shawn, today I have a special treat for us.
Oh, what is it? Is it like a cake?
If it had a file in it, yes. We are going to prison.
Ernest goes to jail. That's my favorite Pee Wee and Herman. That's not Pee Wee Herman. That's my favorite Ernest movie.
No, it is not.
It is.
Really?
No.
Ernest Goes to Camp?
That's probably my favorite, yeah.
Oh my God, Ernest Goes to Camp is amazing.
Yeah. Have you seen Ernest Scared Straight? Or no, Ernest
Scared Stupid.
Yeah, that's actually scary.
Yeah?
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
It's scary.
I don't remember it being scary.
There's a part where he's like fighting some kind of gremlin demon thing that pops out of a tree and scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, Ernest Goes to Camp, because they had that one song. Everybody sang that one song in there by the Turtles.
What song was that?
So Happy Together.
So happy together. How about the weather?
Yeah.
Where is the leather?
No, that's not how it goes.
When are you gonna get better?
No, that's not. You're making up words now.
Stop sewing the sweater.
No, okay. I don't even knit. So, Shawn, we're going to prison. I'm going to talk to you about an experiment. This was called the Stanford Prison Experiment.
Ooh, Stanford, that's where a lot of smart people go.
Yeah, they're smart, but apparently they're not that smart. Because this experiment was run, and I'm gonna go ahead and lead off here. Now I'm gonna lead off with the guy that ran the experiment, like the guy in charge.
Okay.
Because his name to me, he's either a villain, like a Bond villain, or now that he no longer probably does, probably no longer runs psychological experiments. He's probably like running a magic shop at this point.
Oh, like have you ever been to a magic shop? Like a legit?
No, I've never been to a legit magic shop.
You're talking like Giles Magic Shop, right? Like where they sell like frog legs and eyeballs of pigeons.
No, I've been to one of those. I thought you were talking about like a squirting flower and.
Oh, no. I was talking like legit magic.
No. Yeah, I've been to those.
Oh, so what are those like?
You know what? It's a lot of candles and it's a lot of things to burn, and a lot of it's a place they sell a few books, a lot of things to burn, and a lot of things to burn in.
Okay.
Like, here's a candle, here's a candle holder, here's some incense, here's an incense holder, here's a wrapped up piece of sage, here's a giant metal bowl that you can put your sage in when you light it on fire.
I got you. So is there like, did you order anything like from behind the counter? Do they have a behind the counter?
I don't know if they have a behind the counter.
You're like, I need the blood of a virgin. They're like, hold out your hand, prick. Boop, there you go. Oh,
hold out your hand, prick. Wait a minute. That's not very nice. No, I need to prick your hand. Oh.
How do you know? You wizard, you.
She is a witch. Yeah, that's a good point. That's the irony in that, is all that place sells is things that burn and things that you put in to burn. And what did we do with witches?
I know this one.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
We give them brooms to fly.
No.
Yes.
No. That is not what we did. We set them on fire.
But we didn't start the fire.
No, but it had always been burning since the world's been turning. You know what, Shawn? I didn't light it, but I tried to fight it.
JFK blown away. What else do I have to say?
Rock and roller cola war. I can't take it anymore. I need to learn that song. I feel like it's on my bucket list is to learn that song.
So you can karaoke it.
Is that sad? Does that make for a sad bucket list? I can do It's the End of the World as We Know It.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Because you know when they when No Doubt sang that at like New Year's Eve 1999, they actually had to have cue cards.
Really?
Or some kind of like thing. Yeah, because she didn't know the words. But it's Gwen Stefani, so who cares?
But her milkshake didn't bring the boys to the yard.
No, but
I'll tell you what, though, she's the only reason I know how to spell banana.
Yeah.
I think I've said that before.
It's been a few years, so we're years into this podcast, so we can start repeating ourselves.
Oh God, we are. You know, that means we have no new material.
You'd think, but we still come up with something.
Nope. Broken records all around. Okay. Anyway, I've digressed enough. I'm gonna give you this guy's name. You ready? His name is Dr. Does he have a first name?
His
Philip.
mother.
Oh God, the first name's not very interesting. Philip. Okay, I'm gonna forget Philip. His name's Dr. Zimbardo.
Zimbardo. That does sound like a Bond villain,
right?
Or like the person that you would see like in the Marvel Avengers movie, like helping Thanos. Like the creepy American dude.
It's Thanos and his cohort, Dr. Zimbardo.
It was me the whole time.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you in the metal suit.
You and that Black Panther pussycat.
No, not spoiled again. Cheese and rice. Dr. Zimbardo. What are you going to do now, Mr. Bond? Well, I don't know, but I think I'm going to shoot you in the face. In the face, because it's Sean Connery.
Yeah, that's your Bond.
Hey, Sean, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dishes.
Dishes who?
Dishes Sean Connery. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. The Stanford Prison Experiment. The Stanford Prison Experiment was okay. So I'm going to be pulling from an article in Psychologist World and also Wikipedia. So the Stanford Prison Experiment was a landmark psychological study of the human response to captivity, in particular to the real-world circumstances of prison life. It was conducted in 1971 by Philip Zimbardo of Stanford University.
All right, so he's gathering these kids up at the university, these college freshmen.
Oh, you know what, though? He's not a doctor.
Oh, he's one of those self-proclaimed doctors.
No, I just assumed he was a doctor. So, but he taught at Stanford, so we can call him Professor. So he can be Professor Zimbardo.
That's kind of weird that they would have somebody that's not a doctor teaching at Stanford. I don't think that like a college like that would only have doctors teaching their classes.
That was the 70s. It was wild. It was 71. It was a wild and crazy time.
I guess so. I guess it wasn't like the price of college today. Like going to Stanford now is like $10 billion.
Right.
Going then it was like $5.
Plus, I mean, how many people in the like late 60s, early 70s had a, PhD in psychology? Like they're all like, yeah. I don't know. I worked in a factory. I built bombs for 40 years.
It's true.
I don't know your book. Get your book learning out of here.
He started this philosophy. People read about this experiment. They're like, oh, I want to be a psychologist and psychoanalyze things. Well, that's a big word. You should be a psychologist.
Yeah, let me tell you about some other people that were big on the book smarts. They were called communists. Commie bastard.
Actually, I think they burned books.
No, the Nazis burn books. Nazis burn books. Fascists burn books. Communists just want all the books for themselves? No, wait. I don't know. We hate books.
And Salem burns witches. Yes, we brought it back around.
No, it's too early.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. Subjects were randomly let me go to Wikipedia. Zimbardo and his team aim to test the hypothesis that the inherent personality traits of prisoners and guards are the chief cause of abusive behavior in prisons. So basically, they're saying that. So the theory is that people that have aggressive tendencies and aggressive personalities will seek out the job of being a guard, so that way it exacerbates those traits.
That's not true.
Got so angry then. Flip my switch a little. Oh my
Well,
god.
I'm gonna be a guard though, right? I'm the guard, right?
You're the guard.
Okay. Take off your pants.
Whoa! This escalated way too quickly.
You want these cigarettes, don't you?
Well, wait a minute. So they're saying that because I'm a prisoner that I'm like asking to be abused? I mean, this is just basically the whole argument that we have on women. Like, she was asking for it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the way it is with prisoners. Be like, he was asking for it. He was wearing that orange jumpsuit, all seductive like.
He wanted me to punch him in the face. So that's what he's saying? That's what this
Well, his hypothesis is that the personality traits of prisoners and guards are the cause of abusive behavior in prisons. So because of the personality traits that guards have and the personality traits that prisoners have that's inherent to them being guards and prisoners, that's what causes abuse in prison by guards.
Okay, so I mean, you would, to get like factual, wouldn't you have to like look at the people that you're giving those positions to in this experiment? So
Right.
How did they choose who got? So like they
Okay.
like, they found the guy who's more aggressive, and they said you're a guard, and the little pansy guy they said you're a prisoner.
So participants were recruited and told they would participate in a 2-week prison simulation. The team selected 24 males whom they deemed to be the most psychologically stable and healthy.
This would have been about the time of like those grindhouse movies.
Yeah.
You know, they had like hot, horny women in jail.
Right. Caged heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I know where this is going, and it's just a
And
bunch
then you're
of
like,
dudes.
woohoo! And then you show up and you're like, oh, 24 dudes.
Well, I've already got this going, so let's keep it going, but gentlemen. Take your pants
Guys, I
off.
walked in half-mast, so somebody's got to finish me off.
Who's gonna be the butch and who's gonna be the bitch? Oh wait, all you guys are bigger than me. Oh, I'm gonna be the bitch.
This is the worst.
At least I was popular. I got to write home to mom.
I don't think I'm psychologically stable and healthy anymore.
Mom, good news. I got chose for an experiment. Bad news is I think I liked it. Here's my boyfriend, Todd. Don't tell Dad.
It's the 70s. He doesn't understand yet.
When you go over to Grandma's, just tell him that he's your roommate.
These participants were predominantly white and of the middle class. Why does it matter if they're middle class? Like, is it just because like they're all this?
It sounds like just trying to get like a level playing field for people.
Whoa, level playing field.
Like,
That's the problem. That's the problem right here. Level playing field. They're all white middle class.
Well, it was the 70s.
Yeah, I'm throwing these results out right off the top. The group was intentionally selected to exclude those with criminal backgrounds, psychological impairments, or medical problems. They all agreed to participate in a 7 to 14 day period and receive $15 per day.
You get $15 a day, 3 square meals, a cot buddy.
Let's see, $15 a day for 2 weeks, so
$15, little man. Oh, don't put that shit in my hand. Gross.
So yeah, roughly what, $130?
Yeah, that's probably not too bad of a
No.
money for then.
No, 160. So $160. $160 in 1970 money. So say that's, roughly about 500, $350 today.
Yeah, maybe. That's not.
Something
it's
like
not
that.
like it's probably like still below minimum wage, but
Yeah. Oh, this is getting worse all the time. You're gonna pay me below minimum wage and stick me in a prison experiment with 24 other dudes.
They probably all just thought they were Russian Greek.
The experiment was conducted in the basement of Jordan Hall, which is Stanford's psychology building. 12 of the 24 participants were assigned the role of prisoner, 9 plus 3 alternates, while the other 12 were assigned the role of guard, 9 plus 3 alternates. So it didn't matter. You were like, oh, who's the prisoner, who's the guard? Apparently, they just fucking pulled names out of a hat.
Oh, so it was random. So you are just getting kind of a random hodgepodge. So
Yeah.
if you're the aggressive dude, you may be a prisoner, not a guard.
Subjects were randomly assigned to play the role of prisoner or guard. Those assigned to play the role of guard were given sticks and sunglasses. Why sunglasses? Like big ass aviator shades?
I like it better if they got like a tinfoil badge.
And a wad of gum. or a toothpick.
Toothpick, I think, is more fitting.
Given sticks and sunglasses, those assigned to play the prisoner role, were arrested by the Palo Alto Police Department, deloused, forced to wear chains and prison garments, and transported to the basement of the Stanford Psychology Department, which had been converted into a makeshift jail.
Just running across the quad. I said freeze! Bang, bang!
It wasn't, they just held out their fingers and yelled out bang. Bang! Bang, bang!
I shot you! No, I shot you! No, you didn't!
You missed. You totally missed. You weren't aiming at me. Can I get a ruling on this?
The real cops come over and tase him.
There. He got you. Or there. I got you. 9 plus 3 out. Zimbardo took on the role of superintendent, and an undergraduate research assistant the role of the warden.
Okay, so he's not the creepy professor didn't become the warden. He just became a superintendent.
Well, he's like the warden's boss.
Oh, is that okay? I always thought the warden was the boss.
So the warden's the guy in charge of the prison, and then, or the warden's the person in charge of like these cells, and then the superintendent would be like the superintendent's the guy above him, I think.
He'd be the guy not working at the prison, probably. Like
right,
the warden oversees the day-to-days and
and then this guy like shows up periodically and is like, oh, how's everything going? Nobody's died yet, have they? No, not yet, sir. Well, we can only hope.
If they do, you're disposing of the body correctly, right?
Oh, of course, sir. Of course.
We did have one guy break out. He crawled through shit for 3 days.
It was awesome. And then we had this other guy. He was a black guy. I don't understand how we got him, how he even showed up in the experiment. He doesn't even do anything. He just stands around and narrates what people do.
There's another black guy that was able to heal dead things. It was weird.
It was amazing.
They were all carrying around books by Stephen King.
Did Stephen King ever go to prison? Because he wrote a lot of books about prison.
I don't think so. I did hear how he wrote The Shining. He was had writer's block, I think, and he stayed in a hotel and had a really creepy, vivid dream and woke up with lightning and stuff happening outside, and that was when he came up with the idea for The Shining.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was
That's
in a
amazing.
hotel and it was lightning outside.
That's amazing. See, I don't even see. Fuck this experiment. Now we're talking about this. So. God, that movie's creepy as fuck.
Shining?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's creepier.
No, not for me. I don't remember which one I saw first. I think I saw The Shining first. I've told the story about seeing The Shining because I know we've had it in like a draft we've done or something like that. I know I've told the story.
Because you watched it while it was actually snowing and you were snowed in, didn't you?
Yeah, I was snowed in by myself in the house. My parents were were visiting my grandparents, so I was by myself in the house.
Well, I understand because when I watched it for the first time, I was by myself in the house and there was a clown sitting next to me.
The researchers held an orientation session for the guards the day before the experiment, during which the guards were instructed not to physically harm the prisoners or withhold food or drink. Do you really have to tell them that? Be like, look, don't starve them.
Don't beat the shit out of them.
We don't have to give them water, right? No, you gotta give them water too.
Well, was it good to be the guard then? I can't do
Oh,
anything
I hate
fun.
this job.
Can I pee on them? Shh, don't say. Don't
No,
ask. It's better to ask for
don't ask.
forgiveness than permission.
They were instructed not. Zimbardo can be seen talking to the guards. Quote, "You can create in the prisoners feelings of boredom, a sense of fear to some degree. You can create a notion."
So it's like, hey, you know you're locked in here for days, right? I'm gonna go and find your sorority girlfriend and have sex with her. She's been talking to me all the time.
he's like, I mean, look, I'm not saying like just guard them. I mean, of course, amuse yourselves.
If everyone you make cry, you get an extra $15 a day. Like, isn't that kind of tainting the experiment? Well, already wrote the paper, so it's got to fit what I wrote. So,
oh, to say that you can instill fear?
Yeah, it seems like that would, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because I thought the whole thing was like, oh, they're the guards are abusive because they're in the role of guard.
Yeah, it's no, hey, you can be total dickbags if you want to. It's fine.
I just want to say right now, no consequences. It's like the purge down here, okay? I mean, don't kill them, but don't be nice.
If you beat them, don't leave any bruises.
Yeah. It's hard. Can we hit them? I mean, no. Well, I guess. How hard? Hard as you want, as long as you're not angry. You can create a notion of arbitrariness, that their life is totally controlled by us, by the system, you, me, and they'll have no privacy. We're going to take away their individuality in various ways. In general, what all this leads to is a sense of powerlessness. That is, in this situation, we'll have all the power and they'll have none.
I imagine they're doing this like right in front of the people who got picked to be prisoners. It's like, wait a second. Like, I don't think I signed up for this.
Guy raises his hand, handcuffs together. Excuse me.
This seems like you're tainting an experiment.
Can I get some extra cash for this?
Guard walks up, hits him in the stomach.
Like that, just like that. Good job, Steve. High fives. All right.
Professor Zimbardo walks. I was like, yeah, good job. That's how you do it. All right, now everybody piss on him. Yeah.
Anybody who falls down gets peed on.
You feel like an individual now, Thomas? Bet you don't, do you?
Sir, I peed before we got here. Well, just point and laugh then.
Oh, wait, now I do have to pee.
Oh, I'm good. Hang on. The researchers provided the guards with wooden batons to establish their status. Clothing similar to that of an actual prison guard, khaki shirt and pants from a local military surplus store, and mirrored sunglasses to prevent eye contact.
Ah, yeah.
So they were aviator shades. So you might as well just give them the toothpick.
Yeah, I bet like day 3 they grab toothpicks.
Now, before we start, I just want you all to... Can anybody do a southern accent? Like, really, really well? I guess I can. Go ahead, give it to me. I like grits. All right, you get the toothpick.
Wait. Them some bitches gonna get their ass kicked for mouthing me.
Oh, give that guy 2 toothpicks.
Wait, I got it. Hello, governor.
Oh.
Give him a half of one.
Give him a monocle. The prisoners were the researchers. Prisoners wore uncomfortable, ill-fitting smocks and stocking caps, as well as a chain around one ankle. Guards were instructed to call prisoners by their assigned numbers sewn on their uniforms instead of by name.
Is that what they do in real prisons?
The chain on the ankle?
No, the calling them by number.
Oh, I guess. I don't know. Prisoner number 52648.
You have a bad memory. Like, damn it, which one am I? We're looking down at your shirt, boy. Bam. Ow. Right in the kidneys.
Oh, don't fall down. That's when they pee on you.
Don't cry. Don't show weakness. Thank you, sir. Can I have another? I want my mommy.
He didn't make it. Here comes the shower. Oh, golden shower. The prisoners were arrested at their homes and charged with armed robbery. The local Palo Alto Police Department assisted Zimbardo with arrests and conducted full booking procedures, which included fingerprinting and taking mugshots. The prisoners were transported to the mock prison from the police station where they were strip searched and given their new identities.
Oh, that would be humiliating.
So Shawn, you and I go, and we're going to go sign up for this thing. We're like, $15 a day. But like, I'm in between jobs right now.
I hope we're cellmates.
Bro, cellmates. Okay, so they tell you, they're like, okay, just report to this place at this day, and and we'll get you all set up. And then they look at me and they're like, we'll call you when we're ready. And so then I'm like, oh man, I didn't get it. I didn't get in the cool experiment. I wanted to hang out with my best friend and was gonna be like bros in prison together, but not like bros in prison, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
but maybe like bros in prison.
Yeah,
we're in college.
I didn't want to get cornholed. I'm just saying, like, I thought we'd hang out.
If we drank too much, it is college. Maybe experiment a little bit. I mean, it's for an experiment. Why not experiment? Oh crap! Nan Nan's calling. I gotta go have dinner with Nan Nan and Mama.
I figured we could just like hang out in prison. We play cards together. I could learn how to do accounting. I'd do everybody's taxes. Be great.
Learn how to sell drugs.
So I go home and I'm just kind of like hanging out. All of a sudden,
well, no, as you go home, like you're having dinner with Nan Nan and Grandma. Like she comes over because your mom called her and was like, "Hey, little Rich didn't get the experiment job, so he's pretty down. Why don't you come over? We'll make his favorite food ever, lasagna."
Right.
And we'll try to cheer him up. Halfway through dinner, pounding on the door.
Hang on, I'll get it, Nana. Once you get up, I know about your hip. It's like, open the door. Palo Alto Police, you're under arrest.
Get on the fucking ground.
This is a raid.
And Nan Nan steps up. She's like, "What's going on? We got a hostile." Bang, bang, bang. Nan, no.
Oh, she shit herself. No, it was before.
Your little poodle comes running up, barking at the police. They drop kick it. He's got drugs on him. They drop like a pound of drugs on you.
Well, no, we were arrested for armed robbery.
Wait. We were not arrested. I'm a prison guard, jackass. You get in line.
Oh. So then I'm arrested for armed robbery. And the thing is I don't even know. Like, I don't know that this whole thing's fake.
Yeah.
All I know is that the cops just showed up and arrested me for armed robbery.
They pull you out of the house. Your parents would be freaking out. Your girlfriend at the time probably be freaking out.
Right?
Throw you in the back of the squad car. Maybe your girlfriend's parents. That would be even worse.
Oh God, that would be worse.
Her dad's like, I knew he was a piece of shit. I knew you should have married that Shawn dude.
Nana runs out. Where are you taking my baby?
He's going where he belongs. It's the chair for this son of a bitch.
So I'm taken to the police station. I'm fingerprinted. I have mugshots taken, and then I'm strip searched. Here comes the strip search.
That would be humiliating.
You ever been strip searched?
I haven't. Have you?
No.
Oh, would it be awkward? Like, I would imagine. Like, I always imagine like it's a chick that's doing. Have you really been strip searched?
No.
You have, haven't you?
No. Why are you looking at me like that?
When were you strip searched?
I wasn't.
You're
I didn't
lying.
say I was.
When were you strip
I really
searched?
wasn't. No, I swear.
They check the oil?
No. That's what they do though.
Oh, do they do that on just regular strip searches? Like, I thought that's like a full strip search. I think there's like strip search.
It's if they go with like the full body cavity search, usually they just like run a finger up the crack.
Yeah.
And then they check under the sack.
So what would happen like as you're getting strip searched and it's like it's been a while because you and your lady friend were going to get busy after dinner.
I'll tell you what, if you walk away from a strip search and you're flying and you're like, you got like half mast, like what's that say about you? Like, are you questioning your life choices at that point? Oh,
maybe.
The small mock prison cells were set up to hold 3 prisoners each. There was a small corridor for the prison yard, a closet for solitary confinement, and a bigger room across from the prisoners for the guards and warden. The prisoners were to stay in their cells and the yard all day and night until the end of the study. The guards worked in teams of 3 for 8-hour shifts. The guards did not have to stay on site after their shift. The guards get to go home.
Well, that's
I'm
not
stuck
realistic. Like, there's always guards on duty. This experiment has a lot of holes, Richard. And I'm not just talking about the strip search ones.
The guards worked in teams of 3 for 8-hour shifts. So they worked in an 8-hour day.
I see what you're saying.
And they worked in teams of 3. So they covered all,
Well, that sounds like it's an understaffed prison. We need to make sure they're getting the right funds.
I know, 3 guards for 9 prisoners?
Talk about shitty jobs. Like, could you imagine if that was, like, realistic? I don't know what prisons are now, but could you imagine 3 guards per 9 prisoners?
I know.
That's scary.
Because I mean, when you think about it, like, just in terms of numbers, like, that's not like, okay. So let's put the first hypothetical aside. Let's say you and I are prison guards together, and we're surrounded by these like 9 guys, and there's you, me, and Steve. Okay,
yeah, and Steve's a little bitch.
Yeah, and Steve's a little bitch, and we're, it's not like we're fucking ripped. So we're sitting there, and there's these 9 guys that are number 1, in prison, and number 2, they're spending their entire day lifting weights.
Number 3, they're pissed they didn't get picked as prison guards.
And there's 9 of them. There is 3 people for 1 of you.
Yeah.
Like, who's to say that you're like, okay, I'll take these 3 down to the shower room. Dude. All right, everybody, get your clothes off. No, we decided you take your clothes off.
Well,
what?
I took a shower before I got here. You're just being silly. We're not being silly.
Do you see us wearing our silly faces?
Bite the soap, boy. Okay.
After a relatively uneventful first day, on the second day, the prisoners in cell 1 blockaded their cell door with their beds and took off their stocking caps, refusing to come out or follow the guards' instructions.
It does sound like
no, that's me. I'm in cell 1. I'm like, no, not coming out. Not gonna do it. Nope.
it's a conspiracy. I should have been the guard, not you, Shawn. You big jerk
it's
face.
stupid.
I
This
thought
whole
we were
thing's
friends.
stupid. You're stupid. We're not friends anymore. I'm not coming out, and we're not friends.
Take those aviators off so I can see your eyes.
Yeah, and take your friendship bracelet off and slide it under the door, because I want it back. I made that for you at camp, and
I have mine with me, but I can't tell you where it is because they didn't check there for the strip search.
nope. I tried to sneak it in.
But they found it.
Oh, God, they found it.
It's like, oh, God, this guy's sneaking in paraphernalia. No, it's a friendship bracelet. Well, who's got the other half?
Who's bringing a friendship bracelet to prison? Like, I'm sorry, but that's just a bad choice. That's just poor judgment.
I feel bad for this guy. Just put it back. Let him have it. Thank you.
Thank you. Took off the stocking caps, refused to come out or follow the guards' instructions. Guards from other shifts volunteered to work extra hours to assist in subduing the revolt and subsequently attacked the prisoners with fire extinguishers without being supervised by the research staff.
That seems kind of like an extreme. Like, after day 2, it's like, all right, guys, get the fire extinguishers.
This is the morning of day 2.
Day 1, it's like poking fun. Day 2, it's like, shit just got real. Back of the cell, grunt.
Well, I'm sure like they were like, the guards that volunteered to work extra shifts. So let's say that there's 3 guys in a cell and they've barricaded it and they're like, we're not coming out. Fuck you. We're not coming out. So then you, Shawn, so I'm in the cell. You're out there with like 3 other guards. And one the guards has an idea. He's like, listen, see that guy over there? One of the research guys?
Prisoner 1437.
Yeah. No, like one of the researchers. He's like, see that guy over there? I'm pretty sure he's one of the researchers in this experiment. Why don't you like take him on a walk and we'll get these guys out? So a little bit of whistling and off they stroll down the hallway. Meanwhile, the other three guards are shoving fire extinguishers, the nozzle of the fire extinguisher under the door and smoking us out. Without being without being supervised by the research staff. So the research staff, the guy comes back and be like, "Oh, you got him out. That's some really you're Shawn, you're a negotiator. That's what you are."
That's right, sir. I got them boys out real good.
You know what? You get a toothpick.
He's up to 3 toothpicks.
It's like gold stars in kindergarten. 3 toothpicks. Finding that handling 9 cellmates with only 3 guards per shift was challenging. Yeah, no shit. Of course it's challenging. How did they not figure out that this would be challenging? One of the guards suggested that they use psychological tactics to control them. They set up a, quote, privilege cell in which prisoners who were not invited in there were treated, in which prisoners who were not involved in the riot were treated with special rewards, such as higher quality meals. The, quote, privileged inmates chose not to eat the meal in commiseration with their fellow prisoners. So here's what happened. They're like, hey, you guys, the guys that didn't riot, that's super nice. You know what? You get turkey dinner. And you other 3, you get cream of wheat. And then all the other guys that are eating turkey, they're like, no.
We want cream of wheat, cream of
wheat, cream of wheat.
All right, fire extinguisher it is.
Cream of turkey. After only 36 hours, so we're not even into day 3. We're still in the middle of day 2. So we've already finished the riot. There was the riot in prison cell number 1 where they had to douse them with fire extinguishers. Okay, so Shawn, so I'm sitting down and I'm eating my cream of wheat. I'm covered in white dust from the fucking fire extinguisher. And it's not even noon on day 2, okay? That's where we're at now. That's the situation we're in.
You basically slept. You had to have slept a good amount of time. I would assume you would sleep.
No, probably not. No, all like the stress of being arrested and all this shit. After only 36 hours, one prisoner began to act crazy, as Zimbardo described. Quote, number 8612 then began to act crazy, to scream, to curse, to go into a rage that seemed out of control. It took quite a while before we became convinced he was really suffering and that we had to release him. They didn't even call him by his name. Number 8612.
They didn't even send him to a psych ward where he probably should have went.
Oh, it's so sad. So yeah, not even noon on the first day, and one guy's like, fuck. Toss. He throws his cream and wheat on the wall. Fuckity fuck.
Poops in his hand, throws it at the guards.
I hate you and I love shit, and rubs it on the wall.
Not even supposed to be in here.
Okay. Guards force the prisoners to repeat their assigned numbers.
Beating them down.
To reinforce the idea that this was their new identity. They're like, what? So, you know what this is? You know what this is straight out of? This is straight out of Roots. That's what this is.
What's your name? Kunta Kinte.
Your name's Toby.
My
name's Richard. You're number 8612.
Can I be BB-8? I want to be BB-8.
Whack on the head. What's your name? 8612. God, that's so sad. Okay. Guards soon use these prisoner accounts to harass the prisoners, using physical punishment such as protracted exercise for errors in the prisoner account. Sanitary conditions declined rapidly. Exacerbated by the guards' refusal to allow some prisoners to urinate or defecate anywhere but in a bucket placed in their cell.
So did they not have like bathroom setups? I guess.
I would think that they did. I would, because if they're designing it like a prison cell, I guess I just assumed there was a toilet in there.
Maybe not. Maybe that's why I feel like this experiment is extremely flawed. Because it's like, all right, take 9 people that aren't really prisoners, make them prisoners, and then tell the other 9 people to be guards and be total douchebags.
Yeah, and then give them a bucket. As punishment, the guards would not let the prisoners empty the sanitation bucket.
Oh. Well, it's only been a day and a half. Like, how full can those buckets get?
Right? Especially, like, all they're eating is cream a week.
Maybe the guards are shitting in buckets, too. They're going around to the fraternities, hey, shit in this bucket.
Shawn, come here. Shit in this bucket. It looks pretty full. I don't want to put my bum on that. No, check it out, because this is where the prisoners shit, and then we'll make sure that they don't empty it. Yeah, 36 hours. I mean, granted, it's 3 people.
Yeah, I mean, that's still gonna. I mean, even if everybody pooped once, if it's a 5-gallon bucket, if you didn't have something to put over it to.
But what if it's not a 5-gallon? What if it's like a pail?
That'd be rough.
Yeah,
I could see revolting then if they made me poop on the floor.
No, you're not pooping on the floor. You're pooping in a pail.
Well, if the pail's full, what are you gonna do? No reason.
Panic.
Panic. Oh god.
Have a riot. Yeah. Mattresses were a valued item in the prison. It's been 36 hours. How would we do? Like, mattresses were hard to come by. We traded them like cigarettes. Mattresses were a valued item in the prison, so the guards would punish prisoners by removing their mattresses, leaving them to sleep on concrete.
That's interesting because you don't watch The Walking Dead, but in a recent episode when they came and raided one of the communities, they stole like most of their mattresses and just burned them.
Oh, see, that's that. Yeah, see, that's just like a subtle fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Well, they didn't show them that they burned them. They stole them, but they burned them like way outside of the town. But
Yeah.
like that's a way to like demoralize somebody, make them feel less than human. It's like, no, you sleep on the floor.
That's a fuck you on a slow burn. That's what that is.
Which honestly, like some of the best sleep I've had has just been like on a floor.
That's because you were drunk and it's called passing out.
Okay.
That doesn't count. That's not how that
But
works.
that's how I found the love of my life, a blonde named Spitzy.
Yeah, that is. Because, like, okay, so you get back to your place and you're like, hey, the mattress is gone. Like, that's kind of a dick move. Whatever. But then after, like, 3 days of sleeping on the floor, you're like, you know what? Like, this really fucking sucks. Assholes stole my mattress. And after 2 weeks, it's like, I want my mattress. Bastards stole my mattress.
My poop pail's full. I'm tired of cream and wheat.
I'm sleeping on fucking concrete. How long you been here? About a day and a half. But I'm already over it.
Goddamn millennials.
Some prisoners were forced to be naked as a method of degradation.
That just sounds like some people didn't like understand their sexuality as guards. No, take your pants off.
So Shawn, you're standing there with 2 other guys. Like, what should we do to them now? Like, we took away their mattress. They're shitting in a bucket. The bucket's getting full.
Should we call them names? Let's make them get naked.
Yeah, let's take your clothes off. Wait, whoa, wait, what? Where did that come from?
Shut up, Marv. I want to see their dicks. I mean, it'll degrade them a lot.
I want to see the dick. Oh.
Wait, is Shawn rubbing himself?
Oh, this is weird. Oh, this is escalating. Okay, we're moving way too fast, way too far.
I need an adult.
We're the guards. We're supposed to be the adults. Several guards became increasingly cruel as the experiment continued. Experimenters reported that approximately 1/3 of the guards had exhibited genuine sadistic tendencies. Most of the guards were upset when the experiment concluded after only 6 days. Oh, come on.
I can still beat the shit out of them afterwards, right? That's what happened is they beat him up. It's like, way to go, nerds.
Several of the guards became progressively more sadistic, particularly at night when they thought the cameras were off, despite being picked by chance out of the same pool as the prisoners. So that's that's the thing you gotta remember is that these are all basically the same people.
Yeah.
Like the only difference was like the flip of a coin as to whether or not they're sleeping on a fucking concrete floor, shitting in a bucket, stark naked, or wearing sunglasses with a toothpick in your mouth.
Talking with a southern accent.
Yeah. Most of the guards were upset when the experiment concluded. They're like, "Oh, come on!"
It's because
Like-
they knew they were getting an ass beaten pretty quick.
Can we get paid for the
Overtime.
Yeah, like, I'll work an extra shift. It's cool. Zimbardo mentions his own absorption in the experiment. On the fourth day, some of the guards stated they had heard a rumor that the released prisoner, which, the guy that was acting crazy, on the fourth day, some of the guards stated they heard a rumor that the released prisoner was going to come back with his friends and free the remaining inmates.
Oh shit, that'd been awesome. Little prison break.
Yeah.
That's what this is. There's a guy that had tattoos all over on how to escape the prison.
Like, how did you do this so quick? We've been here 3 days.
We've got a bucket full of shit. How do you think? Oh, I knew you smelled funny.
This is terrible.
This
You're
experiment's
terrible.
gone too far.
I mean, So on the fourth day, the guards are like, I heard someone's coming back, and so okay, but let's say you're
assault on Stanford 49.
fucking okay. So you're the guy that got tossed out because you were acting crazy or whatever. So after after a day and a half, they kick they send you out, and they're like, hey, you realize you were in the basement of a college the entire time. Like, I would feel kind of stupid at that point. Like, I'm downstairs, like, I'm cursing and throwing cream and weed on the wall, shitting in my hand, and they're like, just get him out of here, get him out of here. And so they take me out, and then, like, they drag me upstairs and, like, drag me through a lecture hall. Hi, kids.
Stay in school.
Do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
So there's a rumor among the guards that the one guy's coming back with his friends and free the remaining inmates. But the guards are like, we're in a basement. Like, the guards know what's up. Like, the guards come and go in shifts. So the guards know where they're at.
Well, even the prisoners know they're in a basement, right? That's where they took them.
No, the prisoners were blindfolded and then brought down to the basement. So the prisoner, as far as the prisoners know, they're in a prison.
But but they would have seen the guards as their friends. Like, they would have recognized them.
Well, no, because it was just a random pool.
Oh, okay.
Like, they didn't, like, these 12 people didn't know each other.
I gotcha. That makes.
I was just saying, like, if you and I knew each other and we were in the experiment.
Yeah, you'd be like, Shawn, I didn't know you were a guard. Shut up, 8 1 2 3 4. Bam.
Yeah.
Ow, that hurt.
And then you're like, you're averting your eyes, be like, I can't look at your dick.
I can't look at your dick again. Wait, what?
Oh, Zimbardo and the guards. So once the rumor was getting around, Zimbardo and the guards disassembled the prison and moved it onto a different floor of the building.
Oh, jeez.
Zimbardo himself waited in the basement in case the released prisoners showed up and planned to tell him that the experiment had been terminated. The released prisoner never returned, and the prison was rebuilt in the basement. Damn. So then you're that prisoner and you bust in, and it's just a guy sitting in a chair, be like, hello, Steve. What is this? Where's the prison? Precisely. Where is the prison?
There is no prison, Steven.
Only in your mind, Steven.
The prison's in your mind. Aren't we all trapped in a prison, Stephen? Take your pants off. Wait, what?
Wait, no, I did this before. I'm not falling for the fool me once. Zimbardo argued that the prisoners had internalized their roles, since some had stated they would accept, quote, parole, even if it would mean forfeiting their pay. Despite the fact that
So
quitting...
they knew it was an experiment.
No, well, they're saying, oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, this just sounds like you're giving a bunch of roided up teenager, like college teenage kids, too much power and like just a sandbox to screw around in.
Yeah. So it's the purge. Like, basically, it's the purge for the guards.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't kill them, but they can fuck with them hard.
I'd like to think that I wouldn't get to that point.
Oh, you would. I could see
You shut your mouth.
Smacking me in the face with a nightstick. Actually, no. You know what you do? You hit me in the dick. You're a bastard. You're an
That's
ass.
it. 8126 doesn't get his cream of wheat. No cream of wheat for you. 8126.
Despite the fact that quitting would have achieved the same result without the delay involved in waiting for their parole requests to be granted or denied. Despite the fact that quitting would have achieved the same result without the delay involved in waiting for their parole requests to be granted or denied. That's a good point. They're like, "Oh, do you want parole?" And at this point, they could be like, "Fuck this! I quit. I'm done. I am over this shit. I've been shitting in a bucket for 4 days. I'm stark naked. Stop looking at my dick, Professor Zimbardo."
My eyes are up here, asshole.
Guards
detain this man. Hold his hands behind his back. Don't let him cover up his dick.
Zimbardo argued that they had no reason for continued participation in the experiment after having lost all monetary compensation. Yet they did because they had internalized the prisoner identity. So he's saying that they feel like prisoners now, and so
because
they're acting...
They are prisoners. They're being held against their will.
Yeah.
They didn't even get a trial.
No, they were just thrown in this shit. Prisoner number 416, a newly admitted standby prisoner, expressed concern about the treatment of other prisoners. The guards responded with more abuse. When he refused to eat his sausages, saying he was on a hunger strike, the guards confined him to solitary confinement, which was a dark closet. The guards then instructed the other prisoners to repeatedly punch on the door while shouting at 416. The guards said he would be released from solitary confinement only if the prisoners gave up their blankets and slept on their bare mattresses, which all but one refused to do.
They walk by, hit the door, eat your sausage.
And you know what, Shawn? I was that one person. They're like, no, fuck that. I got a blanket. I don't give a shit if he's in the closet.
I got a blanket, a mattress, and his sausage. Not in a sexual way, his food sausage. I'm starving.
I am so hungry. I've eaten cream of wheat for the last 3 days. Zimbardo aborted the experiment early when Christina Maslach?
the dean of the university is like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing down here? What is that smell? They're shitting in buckets. It's totally working. Oh my God.
What the hell's working? What the fuck are you doing? It's an experiment. Why are your pants off, Zambabo?
Zambabo. The great Zambabo. See, I almost did it. Zimbardo aborted the experiment early when Christina Maslach, I think that's her name, Maslach, I don't know, a graduate student in psychology whom he was dating and later married. He's dating a graduate student?
It wasn't his student.
Or maybe it was. A graduate student in psychology whom he was dating and later married objected to the conditions of the prison after she was introduced to the experiment to conduct interviews.
They pull like the best suited one, dress him up. So how are they treating you, 416? Can I
How
speak
are they
freely?
treating you, Tom? My name's not Tom.
Tom is dead. I am 416.
So how is it going? If I talk to you, will you empty my bucket?
What bucket? What are you talking about?
The bucket where I make my peas and poops.
Wait, did you just say peas and poops?
I said peas and poops.
I can't call it pee pee and poo poo anymore, or they'll give me the hose. They said 416. You calls it peas and poos.
Write that down.
Is that peas with 2 E's or 1?
It's 2. Maybe 3.
What day is it? Wednesday? It's 3.
Zimbardo noted that of more than 50 people who had observed the experiment, she was the only one who questioned its morality.
What 50 people do you have looking at this thinking this is a good idea?
No, 49 people thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Apparently one person was like, what the fuck?
And it's the chick he's sleeping with. So he's like, yeah, you're right. This is a bad idea. Let's cut this off.
Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I was drunk when I came up with this idea.
Will you marry me?
After only 6 days of a planned 2 weeks duration, the experiment was discontinued. On August 20th, Zimbardo announced the end of the experiment. The experiment's results favor situational attribution of behavior over dispositional attribution. It seemed that the situation, rather than their individual personalities, caused the participants' behavior. Using this interpretation, the results are compatible with those of the Milgram experiment, where random participants complied with orders to administer seemingly dangerous and potentially lethal electric shocks to a shill. Yeah, have you ever heard of that? The Milgram experiment?
Mm-mm.
Basically, there's a guy that is hooked up. It looks like he's hooked up to electroshock, like an electroshock thing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this.
And then there's somebody on the other side with their finger on the switch, and then there's another person that's telling them to flip the switch, and they do it. It's that whole because back in like when they were with the concentration camps, they were like, and all those like soldiers and everything, it was like, oh, I was just following orders. And so this guy made this experiment to say that that's not, or that is an actual, that is a fairly valid reason for why they did what they did.
Because was it you flip the switch and shock them, or you get shocked? Was that?
No, it was you flip the switch and shock them, but they weren't actually being shocked. They would simulate being. They would like fake it.
Yeah.
And then they would fake being like seriously hurt.
Oh wow.
But the person was like, well, he told me to do it.
So there was no consequence to you if you didn't do it.
Well, basically saying that like you displaced the blame because you're like, well, he told me to do it.
Yeah, but I was just trying to say, like, if somebody says, hey, you push that button and shock that person you're looking at, is that the only direction they gave you? Or is it like, or if you don't, this happens to you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's
shortly.
No, go ahead.
Oh, shortly after the study was completed, there were bloody revolts at both the San Quentin and Attica prison facilities, and Zimbardo reported his findings on the experiment to the House Committee on the Judiciary. Participants' behavior was modified due to the fact that they were watched as opposed to a lurking variable. Even knowing they were being observed, guards and prisoners acted differently than normal. Some guards felt the need to show their dominance even when it was not necessary.
While they're being watched?
Yeah, whether they're being watched or not.
I guess that's probably just a change in times. Like now I figured if they're being watched, they would both act better, the guards and the prisoners.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some other stuff on here. There's, criticism. Basically, the criticism of the experiment is basically everything you've said. Like how, like if you're, it's not the experiment itself is a little tainted. There are some comparisons of this to the whole Abu Ghraib situation from Iraq, but who knows? So there's all that. There you go, Shawn. That was our trip to prison. I made it out alive after 6 days.
And I have a newfound man feeling in my stomach.
Yeah. And then, like, we're sitting at the bar together.
I'm like, no hard feelings, right?
Yeah. And then I punch you in the face.
Yeah, not now. I think we're good.
Be like, I'm going to give you a number. I'm not calling you Shawn anymore. You're 5184.
I say, sit down, shut up, 416. You're like, yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, I yelled. All right. Somebody get him a cream of wheat.
And so that wraps up our trip to prison, Shawn. What did you learn? What did you learn today from your trip to prison? I learned. I'm gonna give you my closing thoughts, and then I'd love to see what you. My closing thought is that I really like my blanket, and I don't give a shit if there's a guy in the closet. It's my blanket.
Well, I guess my closing thought's going to be the fact that there's some weird dude out there trying to run an experiment that he taints to fit whatever paper he wants to write. And to me, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing.
Also, buy a pair of aviator shades, because apparently you put those on and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, you have to have the whole starter kit, the aviators, the toothpick, and the baton.
Yeah. That's the trifecta.
All right, 416. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping.
Whoa, wait, what? Hey, hang on.
Visit our website at languagebroids.com. Follow us on Twitter at languagebro. Email us at eatthebeaver@languagebroids.com. Check out the LOB Army Intelligence Reports. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe and leave a review on Google Play Music, iTunes, and Stitcher.
And don't forget to check us out on the Pod Bros Network.
And if you want to throw a little bit of money in our jar so we can buy some of those cigarettes in jail, or maybe get, just that money in jail to help us get by, go to our Patreon accounts, www.patreon.com/languageofbromance.
Maybe I can get another blanket.
Well, is there anything else before I close her out?
No.
All right. Well,
I don't want to be in prison anymore.
All right. Well, that's all everyone's have for this show. I'm Prison Guard Shawn.
And I'm number 416.
And I say we eat. Well, I eat the beaver. Richard, you eat cream of wheat. 416, you eat cream of wheat.
Oh.
Don't give me any lip. You want solitary confinement, 416?
Oh, where's my bucket?